Hi everybody, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is an answering questions episode, so let's dive into it, shall we? Alright, this is from Dottie from Maple Grove, Minnesota. Chris, the Natural History Museum of Utah has shown a model of a newly discovered dinosaur, Lythronax argestis, whose fossils have been found in southern Utah. Paleontologists say this proves giant tyrant dinosaurs like the Tyrannosaurus rex were around 10 million years earlier than previously believed. The species Lythronax was 24 feet long and 8 feet tall at the hip, and was covered in scales and feathers. What do you think about this discovery? Well, since this is a recent discovery, I actually think that this is an absolutely spectacular find by paleontologists from the Natural History Museum in Utah. And considering that North American tyrannosaurs are probably considered to be around 10 million years earlier than previously thought, I mean that's a big step and a big discovery. So I think it's probably possible. I think it's possible that we probably might actually see that tyrannosaurs being around earlier in North America than what we actually think. Because previous to Lythronax, it was actually tyrannosaurs such as like Albertosaurus and Gorgosaurus and a few other tyrannosaurs that actually appeared like 80 million years ago. But it seems that that tyrannosaurs actually go back probably like at 95 million years in North America. So they probably arrived probably like around 100 million years, between 100 million years to 110 million years. So it's kind of a guessing game. But even though I think it's possible that we might actually find different dinosaur species that were actually in North America than what we previously thought. So I think it's actually a pretty good discovery. The length and height, I think that's plausible, and I think that is a pretty good size for a tyrannosaur. Medium-sized tyrannosaur, not large like Daspletosaurus, Tarbosaurus / Tyrannosaurus bataar, or otherwise, and also Tyrannosaurus rex. So I think it's actually a pretty good discovery. I think this is actually a unique discovery for tyrannosaur paleontologists studying tyrannosaurs and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully that actually there's more to discover, and we'll actually see what kind of prey species it actually hunted in that particular time. Alright, Addery from England, and nice to hear you again there, buddy. And he's got like a bunch of battle questions, and I better actually get these done before I run out of time here. So, but anyway, I still got plenty of time. But anyway, okay, the battle question here is Kodiak bear versus saltwater crocodile. Well, I would say that depending on who has the advantage, if this is actually near water, the saltwater crocodile would actually have an advantage. But given to the Kodiak bear's extreme mass, so I would say, given to the extreme mass of the Kodiak bear, it's going to be hard for that crocodile to actually drag the bear towards the water. But I think the bear might actually have a much better advantage in that it's smarter than the bear. It's got a bigger brain, a mammalian brain, and also has much more weaponry than the crocodile, because the crocodile only has the powerful jaws and teeth. But if you actually have the Kodiak bear, who actually has pretty good strong jaws and also these enormous claws, I think the only way that the Kodiak bear can actually win this battle is if he flips over the crocodile and this makes deep wounds on the belly of the saltwater crocodile. But I'd say the Kodiak bear would actually have a bigger advantage. So I would say the Kodiak bear wins that battle. Next battle, cave bear versus short-faced bear. Ooh, good one. This is going to be a toss-up, because these bears are pretty much evenly matched. But I would think that the cave bear might actually have a bigger advantage. Probably a slight advantage, I would say. A slight advantage. Probably it's just that it's bigger, and also it probably has much better equipped weapons. But even though I think the short-faced bear, even though it's a much more carnivorous bear, I would actually say it actually has a lot more experience with fighting and like fighting other predators. So because since the cave bear is considering more like a omnivorous, and whereas the short-faced bear is considered to be a carnivorous bear, I would say that it's really gonna be close. I think it's gonna be really, really close. I can't say who would win in that one, so that one's gonna be a really, really big toss-up. So I'd say if that matchup actually went into it like a boxing match, I would say it probably went like many countless rounds. I would say it probably went all the way up to 20 rounds, and we would never know who would win that one. Next one, Titanoboa versus Deinosuchus. This is a good one. I like this one. Two reptiles going at it. Considering that Deinosuchus and Titanoboa didn't actually live in the same time and place, I mean, just for the sake of your question, I would say Deinosuchus would actually have a better advantage, since it's got much more weaponry. And Titanoboa, even though it's a very large constricting snake, and it's a python, I'm gonna give it to a term. It's a large python going up to 60 feet in length. Because since snakes don't have the ability to hold their breath for very long, so it's not real. So Deinosuchus would actually have a better advantage because it can hold its breath much longer than the snake. So I would say Deinosuchus wins the battle by just inflicting a very powerful bite on Titanoboa, and then end of the battle. And even though the snake could actually get a grasp of the Deinosuchus and probably wrap it around the neck to actually exhaust it and try to just constrict the windpipe of the Deinosuchus, considering Deinosuchus is a very large crocodile. But I'd say Deinosuchus has a better advantage. 11 here. This next one, Megalodon versus Deinosuchus or Sarcosuchus. Well, consider if you're actually going to talk about two massive crocodiles going up against a Megalodon, Megalodon is going to actually have an advantage, being that it does not have to hold its breath. It does not have to go up for air to breathe. It actually has gills, so it's actually going to be a lot easier for the Megalodon to actually make devastating wounds on those crocodiles. But if you're actually saying like which one, like which crocodile, if you're actually going to talk about like one crocodile going up against a Megalodon, Megalodon would actually win this one easily. And I would think, because since Sarcosuchus and Deinosuchus are actually pretty big crocodiles, they could inflict some injuries on Megalodon, but Megalodon is just too big, and also it has way bigger advantage. And considering if it's going to be in the sea, it's just no battle at all. It's pretty much just a huge advantage for Megalodon. Next one, Hippo versus Kodiak bear. I would say the Hippo will win this one. The Hippo would actually has mass, and also it actually has much aggressive behavior than Kodiak bear. Because if you actually look at hippos today, they actually kill more people than any other animal known. Because basically it's basically by mistake that people make, is that they wander in its territory, and all of a sudden they don't know it. The hippo just comes charging and takes a big bite, and that's just a simple reason. But I would say that that the Kodiak bear has no chance, because considering that the hippos are so massive, there's no way that a Kodiak bear is actually gonna try to tackle this massive herbivore. Considering that, I would say that the Kodiak bear has no chance. I would say just back away from it, because it's too big, and also it's not gonna go after anything that big. Next one is Megalinnya versus Inostrancevia, which is also a Gorgonopsian. I actually looked that up. I would say Megalinnya actually has this one. Megalinnya, considering it actually lived in the Pliocene and in the Pleistocene eras, or in epochs, excuse me. Considering that it's probably more advanced than the Gorgonopsian, but even though Gorgonopsian could actually do some damage, but I would say that considering that Gorgonopsian is a little bit more primitive in design than the Megalinnya, because if you look at monitor lizards are actually the smartest reptiles on the planet, so they're actually going to have an advantage against something like a Gorgonopsian. Now, considering that Megalinnya has those powerful jaws, powerful tail, massive size, tough scales, really tough scales to actually penetrate through, because underneath those scales is bone. So it's not really, so the Gorgonopsian is not really going to have a really big impact of a bite, because if it tried to shake the Megalinnya, it would actually also try to like bite an area where the Megalinnia's scales are so thick, it's going to break off those saber teeth, and so it would actually have no advantage whatsoever. And so if Megalinnya got a bite on the Gorgonopsian is history. I'd say Megalinnya wins this battle by a knockout. Next one, Dinorhinosaurus versus Andrewsarkis. This is a good one, but I would say Dinorhinosaurus would actually win this one, because it's bigger, and also it actually has a much stronger bite than Andrewsarkis. Andrewsarkis, being that it's a carnivorous hoofed predator, I would say that Dinorhinosaurus actually probably has a bigger brain, and also probably has much more powerful jaws, and so Dinorhinosaurus would actually win this one probably like within 3 rounds in a boxing match in the ring, and pretty much Andrewsarkis would actually get a little bit of damage, but considering that Andrewsarkis and both Andrewsarkis and Dinorhinosaurus are pretty much scavengers, I'd say if you put a big hunk of meat right in the middle, they would fight for it whenever they can. But I think Dinorhinosaurus, being with its massive size and also its bigger jaws, bigger bite, stronger bite force, and I'd say that Dinorhinosaurus is actually going to win that one. Next one is Hyenadon versus the Beardog. I would say Beardogs win this one easily. Considering the Hyenadon was much more primitive than the Beardog. The Beardog is a little bit more advanced than the Hyenadon. Hyenadon does have powerful jaws, but Beardogs have a much better bite, and also they're a tad bit bigger. And I would say that Beardog would actually have the weaponry to take down the Hyenadon. And considering that Beardogs did actually wipe out Hyenadon during the end of the Eocene in North America, I would say that the Beardog actually has way much more advantage, and considering it's more advanced and also has a bigger brain, and also it actually has speed, and also has a very broad body structure, and so it's built between a wolf and a bear, so it's like a mix between the two. If you actually have the musculature of a bear put into a wolf, you got yourself a Beardog. And so I'd say Beardog wins that one easily. Alright, that's it for now. Now next week will be a special episode, so I did actually share the list of dinosaur names on the Facebook fan page. So if you actually like to see some suggestions of some dinosaurs or any other prehistoric animal that you want me to talk about for next week's episode. So make sure to post it on my Facebook fan page, but also make sure that you go on Facebook, like the fan page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris, like it, and then you can actually post the animal that you want me to talk about on the next week's special episode. And also keep sending me questions by emailing me at dinocris71@gmail.com, or I'll always post it on the Facebook fan page. And also, all of you can actually follow me on Twitter at CSGrawl, which is at symbol CSGRALL, and you can actually follow me on Twitter. And also, you can still follow me on the Facebook fan page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like it, and I'll upload this video pretty soon on YouTube and also the Facebook fan page. But anyway, make sure to take care of the people around you, and also for younger kids out there, make sure to listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. Those are the best motivation you can have for a good education, and it's very important to have a good education. All right, that's it, and I will see you guys next week.